I'll ask this as well too. Then I guess kind of going on that same level. Um, do you? How can I ask this? Do you feel that? Do you think people have an issue with changing? I guess you can say, because they get comfortable in that box. Yeah, the fear of growth, or maybe just, I don't know, maybe just the fear of the unknown, because I don't want to go so far left, but when you think about those that are afraid of entrepreneurship because of the possibility of failing, and they're so used to being an employee because of the security behind being an employee.
Okay.
Do you think, is there a way to combat that fear, or do you think there truly is a fear? Number one, that's really kind of what I'm saying. Is there really a fear there? And if there truly is a fear, what are some steps that possibly helps people combat that fear, to be able to look past the norm that they've created and allow their creativity to work towards their advantage or for their advantage?
Okay, so in dealing with the fear element, because it's real,
Yes.
whether you imagine it or whether it is truly something to fear, like a big dog chasing you down the street, and you're running and you're probably panicking because this dog is ferocious. That's real fear.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that it's not. And some people wouldn't have a fear of that because they've had an experience with dogs, perhaps, that allows them to know how to respond to that animal and not be in a compromised position. So with some of the things that you said, we've learned how to be employees.
Yeah.
The system that we spend the majority of our time learning in, I believe, is structured in such a way to create employees. The typical school system does not lend itself towards entrepreneurship.
True.
So there's going to be, for any person that jumps into this particular realm of economics, they are going to have to wrestle with their fear. But here's what I have discovered to combat fear. There is a built-in confidence that's associated with that unique combination of powers that I talked about.
Okay.
And when you add the elements of the gospel, the truth about you, to it, now you have the power of God on the very front end to guide you through the experience of navigating your fear. And we know based on scripture that God is love.
Yeah.
We also know based on scripture that love never fails.
Sure.
But prior to 1 Corinthians 13, you have 1 Corinthians 12, which talks about all of the pieces that make up the one body. And so we start with reassembling the pieces that we have, which is going to be this unique combination of powers. And when you begin to understand what you're already working with and how those things have already been working on your behalf to help you create not only success, but consistent success in very specific areas, you can start to see now that you're not the person that you perceive yourself to be, but you're much greater than that. And the reason that there's a fear oftentimes is because, one, we're applying ourselves in an area where we can only produce average or above average results.
Yeah.
No one pays a premium for average.
Yeah.
We only pay a premium for 9 or 10 level service. It's got to be remarkable.
Yeah.
And so